Do you guys remember that cop that murdered the guy in Henderson, Texas? The guy was running away.
The reason I pulled you over is you blew that stop sign back there.
No, I didn't. I came to a complete stop with that stop sign.
Step out of the vehicle for me.
The confrontation escalated
Right there, real quick.
fast.
You got anything on you?
Can you just tell me, officer, please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for? Please.
Get out.
After killing unarmed man, Texas deputy told colleagues, "I just smoked a dude." That's what he just said. Timothy Michael Randall was on the phone with his mom when the cops pulled him over in his Nissan Altima with its lights flashing just after 12:30 a.m.
I heard the officer say, "Good evening, sir," and Michael said, "Good evening, sir," back, and he told me he loved me and he hung up the phone.
Wendy Tippett was on the phone with her 29-year-old son, Timothy Michael Randall, when a sheriff's deputy pulled him over. It was late at night in rural Rusk County, Texas.
And Randall was heading to his cousin's house after a night out. His mom says he called me to let me know he was going to be home a few minutes later. So I wouldn't worry. Randall, 29, pulled over and hung up with his mom. Sergeant Shane Iverson of the Rusk County Sheriff's Office walked up to the Altima and told Randall that he had to run a stop sign.
The reason I pulled you over is you blew that stop sign back there.
No, I didn't. I came to a complete stop with that stop sign.
Sergeant Shane Iverson spotted an open container, according to police.
Step out of the vehicle for me.
As Randall was stepping out of the car, he put his wallet in his back pocket and adjusted his waistband. Iverson dug his hand into the front of Randall's pants and then told him to put his hands back. The dash cam footage shows Randall kept his arms raised. "Officer, I don't have anything on me." "Officer, please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for?" Randall asked moments later.
The confrontation escalated
Right there, real quick. You got
fast.
anything on you?
Can you just tell me, officer, please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for? Please.
Iverson didn't respond. Instead, he wrestled Randall to the pavement. "Officer, please," Randall pleaded again as he struggled to get to his feet. Then Iverson threw Randall to the ground again. He landed on his back several feet away, but the momentum brought him back up to his feet. Randall began to turn to run away from Iverson, who had already pulled out his gun and was pointing it at Randall.
Get out.
Sergeant Iverson, a former Green Beret who served multiple tours overseas, fired one shot. Randall ran off. But when Sergeant Iverson found him moments later,
Dude, you okay?
he was collapsed on the ground. The deputy calling it in.
I need an ambulance. Call everybody. I've got a shooting.
After driving his patrol vehicle over and administering first aid,
Come on, stay with me, buddy.
Iverson radioed for help and then tried to render medical aid, but Randall died on the pavement. The bullet had torn through his ribs, lungs, and heart, according to the autopsy. After another deputy arrived minutes later, Iverson, then 57, returned to his patrol car and phoned a colleague. "I just smoked a dude," he said in a hushed voice.
then on a phone call 13 minutes after firing that shot.
4125. I need everybody.
I know what happened.
I just smoked it, dude.
Meanwhile, Tippett did not hear back from her son, so she went looking for it.
I couldn't make myself go up it.
In the following days and weeks, Randall's mother searched for answers in vain, calling the Texas Rangers and Rusk County District Attorney's Office. She had no idea how her son wound up dead after a police traffic stop. "No one was telling us anything," said Tippett, who was born and raised in Rusk and now works as a house cleaner.
I knew something was bad. Calling mama's mother's intuition, I don't know. I just knew it was bad. And then the ambulance and the fire trucks got there. And nobody was in a big hurry. You told me to go home and be with my family. And I said, my family's just laying in the road.
You realized he was dead.
Yeah.
Her first shot came 2 months after the shooting when a grand jury returned a no bill in the case, meaning it chose not to indict the cop Iverson for killing an unarmed man. The second came last summer when Iverson's lawyers turned over the dashcam video after she filed a federal lawsuit. Nearly 2 years after the shooting, she finally got to see the brutal detail, what happened in the moments before her youngest son was murdered. "The only person that was attacking anybody was Sergeant Iverson attacking my son," Tippett said. Iverson quietly retired after the shooting, and then fought in court to keep the video from being made public. Its release sparked a backlash in rural Rusk County. It also sent Randall's mother on a crusade to get justice. But whether that will happen and what it would even look like remains to be seen.
According to the autopsy, the bullet hit Randall in the right upper chest and then pierced his heart, killing him in minutes. Tippett was desperate to know what happened.
I was told nothing.
You were told nothing.
Nothing.
Were you
I couldn't
asked?
even get a police report.
From the moment Sergeant Iverson approached the car to the moment he fired his gun is just over a minute. There's body cam, there's dash cam. Randall's mother asked repeatedly to see it and was told no. It would take nearly 2 years and a lawsuit before they were released.
When somebody is hurt, injured, or killed by the police, the body camera footage should be released immediately. That way the district attorney can't get away with not charging the cop. And let's take it a step further. There should be a third-party district attorney's office that comes in and charges cops, that handles the grand jury, and their goal is to charge the cop with murder. That should be the goal of the prosecuting attorney, and it should not be the DA's office.
What the sheriff department video reveals, the wrestling to the ground, Randall standing back up, and the gunfire.
He's running away, clearly. Clearly he's running away.
Still disputed today. Authorities told Tippett her 29 fire to see it and was told no. It would take nearly 2 years and a lawsuit before they were released. What the sheriff department video reveals, the wrestling to the ground, Randall standing back up, and the gunfire. Still disputed today. Authorities told Tippett her 29-year-old son, who was unarmed, ran towards Sergeant Iverson.
I didn't see any evidence of that in the video. The only person that was attacking anybody was Sergeant Iverson.
Survival instincts kicked in. In every year in the past decade, roughly 1,000 people have been shot and killed by the police, according to the database by the Washington Post. Randall was not armed, and the video shows he was not aggressive toward Iverson, yet the case has received little attention outside of Rusk County, leaving Randall's family to process his killing alone, and further reinforcing their feelings that to the police and the outside world, his life didn't matter. Me and my family, we don't come from money. Randall's older brother Douglas, an Army veteran who served for 10 years. So who signs up to go to the Army? People who don't have any money. And then when they come back from the Army, well, they need a job. You can sign up to be a pig. And that's what they do. Their parents divorced when the boys were toddlers, and their mother worked several jobs: customer service rep, waitress, school lunch lady, to keep the family afloat while raising the boys alone. No one has said an apology. No one has said an apology in Rusk County, Douglas said. No one has shown remorse. When their paths crossed in the fall of 2022, Randall and Iverson were at very different stages in life. Randall had struggled to find his footing after graduating from high school, where he played football and basketball. He found work as a welder, but was arrested a handful of times on drug possession charges, leading to 2 felony convictions and 2 stints in prison. For what? For what? For drugs. We can't arrest people, give people felonies. We're not going to arrest our way out of the drug problem in America. No matter how many felonies you give, no matter how many years you put people in prison, you're not going to solve the drug problem in America by locking people in cages. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. So they're going to they find a little glass pipe in the guy's pocket. You see this right here? And look what they do. They stick a little tiny revolver shooter. It was an effing meth pipe, Iverson said. A printed photo of what Iverson's lawyers say is the meth pipe found in Randall's pants, and a gun, not Randall's, like the one Iverson suspected Randall had. Iverson just suspected that he had a gun like that because he felt a meth pipe. What a load of shit on a stick. Just what a bunch of lies. What a bunch of absolutely lies. Just lies. Iverson was nearing the end of his law enforcement career by the time he pulled over Randall, who had been working as a police officer for 13 years, first in Dallas and then Rusk County, where he was hired in 2020. He was also a decorated Army Special Forces soldier who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. What have I said time and time and time again? Military, ex-military should not be in our peace officers corps. They should not be in there. In Iverson's mind, everybody wants to kill him because that's what he was trained when he was 18 years old. He was a highly decorated soldier from Iraq and Afghanistan, meaning he killed a bunch of people and that his life was on the line. But now he comes back to America and he becomes a pig, and now everybody wants to kill him. The glass pipe in the guy's pocket, it's really a gun. And the media is going to put a gun next to a glass pipe and say, look, the cop must have been confused. 2 days after the killing, Iverson sat for the interview with the Texas Rangers, the agency that investigates police shootings, reflecting on his military career. He said he was involved in 1 or 2 direct fire engagements in Afghanistan and 10 in Iraq. Oh man, let me tell you something. You're such a hero for going and invading a country that didn't invade us. After he asked Randall to step out of the vehicle, Randall made a furtive gesture. There it is right there. Randall made a furtive movement. So of course, Iverson had to kill him. Don't be stupid. He has to die because Iverson's life's in danger because he's still reminiscing about Iraq and Afghanistan, and he's still believing that everybody out there is trying to kill him. Military personnel should not be peace officers. Period. Randall made a furtive gesture with his right hand that made Iverson think he might have a weapon because he's reliving his Afghanistan and Iraqi days. The deputy told investigators he patted down Randall and felt a rectangular soft object in his pants. When he squeezed it, Iverson said he felt something small and hard and he thought it to be a mini revolver. So he just makes it up. Iverson said he threw Randall to the ground because he was concerned the man might be able to reach the weapon that he thought was a gun, but Randall was quicker than he and managed to get back to his feet. At this point, I see him running towards me, Iverson said. I'm on my knees and I'm like, he's coming at me. That's not what the video shows, though. I don't want to be caught on my knees with this active guy with a weapon in his waistband. At that point, survival instincts kicked in and I drew and fired 1 round at him. No, bro, no. Your survival instincts didn't kick in. The training in the military, where they teach you that every single person who's in that country is trying to kill you, that's what kicked in. We should not have ex-military in our peace officers corps here in the United States of America. It doesn't make any sense why this guy got shot, said Killing, a criminology professor at University of Missouri, St. Louis, who researches police shootings. Klinger said he doesn't understand why Iverson would try to tackle a man who he believed was carrying a gun.
Oftentimes, dash cam doesn't get anything outside of the purview of the frame of the camera, but this caught it all.
Joe Oxman, a civil rights attorney, represents Tippett in a lawsuit she has filed against Sergeant Iverson.
This, I think, is, if not the worst police shooting ever in U.S. history, it's definitely one of the worst.
You got anything on you? You should keep your hands out of your...
Sergeant Iverson says it was self-defense.
I saw him reaching into his waistband, which at that point in time turned this into a dangerous situation.
Randall had both methamphetamines and marijuana in his system, according to the toxicology report. Police say there was a drug pipe in his pants pocket.
Felt that object and believed it was a weapon.
A gun like this one, according to Iverson's attorney, Robert Davis.
So that officer in that split second has to make a decision about whether or not that officer is going to lose his life.
Davis says Randall was desperate because he had already served prison time for drug possession.
What an absolute lie. What an absolute lie.
And didn't want to be arrested again.
When I watched the video, it looked like Randall was running away.
That's not how I see it. And
of course that's not how you see it. You're a cop sucker.
Part of that is because I've done this a lot.
So my experience and training tells me that Randall, who was running away, was actually running at the cop. You can't see it in the video, but he's actually running at him. The video shows that he's running away, but really he's running at him.
You see his feet, and his feet are pointed right toward the deputy.
No, they're not. You're lying, dude. His feet are pointed toward the mailbox. You're a liar.
But he's got his hands up with no weapon.
Well, it's not like he's saying, whoa, I surrender, because he's not doing that, obviously.
Sergeant Iverson has since retired from the sheriff's department. A grand jury determined he should not be charged with a crime.
A grand jury didn't decide he shouldn't be charged with a crime. The grand jury was never shown the video. The prosecuting attorney is the one who meets with 6 members of the grand jury. And the district attorney said, hey, this guy had 2 felonies, had served prison time. He had a meth pipe in his pants and he tried to run at that cop and the cop shot him. Do you think we should charge the cop? And the grand jury goes, no, of course we shouldn't. I guarantee you the DA never showed the grand jury this video. The grand jury loophole. It's like the resignation loophole for cops. But worse, because we don't even get to know what was presented to that grand jury.
Defense attorney tried to get the civil lawsuit thrown out. A magistrate judge disagreed. Writing in his decision, a reasonable juror could conclude that defendant Iverson's actions were objectively unreasonable.
The sheriff, if they would have just come to me and said, you know, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry.
But instead, Tippett says she's been stonewalled by local authorities for 2 years. And now she wants accountability.
My son's life mattered to me, mattered to his brother, mattered to his family, and so many friends. He did not deserve to be shot. He should still be here with me.
And the cops will respond, all lives matter, our lives matter too, blue lives matter. Randall was running away, and the DA never showed the grand jury this video. And now it's no bill, there's no charges. Oh, it already came and went, sorry, it's been 2 years, it's over. And this dumpster fire we have in office, he's pretty much disbanded the entire civil rights division of the Justice Department. If this doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what does.
Joins us now. So, Stephanie, you have 2 years before the family gets that video. Have officials said why it took so long?
Well, they haven't given them any answers. In fact, when I spoke to the mother, and you can see how upset she is, one of her greatest frustrations is that she feels like she's not getting the answers to her questions. The only reason she saw this video, Tom, is because they filed their lawsuit and it came out in discovery. Otherwise, she would not have seen it. She would only have the characterization that was given to her of what happened that night. And that is part of the problem here. She wants to shine a light on what happened to her son, and she doesn't think that law enforcement in the area is taking it as seriously as they should.
Stephanie Goss with that incredibly compelling report tonight. Stephanie, we thank you for that.
No, it's not that. It is not that. It is that they can hide the body camera footage from us. We pay for that body camera footage. When someone is hurt, shot, injured, bitten by a crazy canine dog, that body camera footage should be released within 24 to 48 hours so the public, the DA, grand jury, and everybody else can see it. And we have to get rid of this secret grand jury conventions. They convene a grand jury in secret. The DA presents whatever the DA presents, who's on the side of the cops. That's what needs to change. We got to get rid of the secret grand jury. It's atrocious. It's terrible. Why are we being pulled over so much? Because it's a money racket. So you can go to prison, so you can go to jail, so you can get arrested.
517 county traffic.
And remember, this guy's an ex-military special forces G.I. Joe loser in America.
Yeah, I'm just going to be off of 64 west of Bunnies on near 4125 on a paper dealer tag 010322. Actually, that's the date. It's an out-of-state tag. Union David 5713. It's going to be a maroon Nissan Altima occupied one time, it looks like. I can't see it right now. Possibly Oklahoma. There's an OU sticker on it. Good evening.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm Sergeant Iverson from the Rusk County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
The reason I pulled you over is you blew that stop sign back there.
No, I didn't. I came to a complete stop at that stop sign.
All right.
I mean, I did. I came to a stop.
No, you didn't. So
He's making it up. The cop's lying.
What do you mean? I mean, what do you mean?
step out of the vehicle for me.
Okay.
Why? He just is shaking somebody down. And remember, this dirty pig right here is ex-military special forces. He believes in his mind that the guy in the car wants to kill him.
I mean, can you show? I mean, can you show me that I
Step out of this.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Turn around. Put your hands right there real quick. You got anything on you? You shouldn't keep your hands out of your pocket.
I wasn't.
I don't have anything on me, officer.
Stand behind your back.
Officer, I don't.
And look at him. He doesn't know what he's doing. A wrist roll goes under the armpit and over the forearm. You don't wrist roll someone by reaching to the front of their forearm. You go under the armpit and over the forearm. And the half Nelson, unless you want to make him face you, you don't put a half Nelson in. You arm bar him.
I don't have anything on me.
Behind your back.
Officer, why are you? What? Can you just tell me, officer? Please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for? Please, please.
Oh, get out.
In what bozo clown world is this guy running at the cop? He may be special forces, but he doesn't know how to wrestle, does he? He's already going for the gun. Randall gets up to his feet and he's running that way. You can see it. He's running away and he shoots him before he even takes more than... You see that? He's not running towards the cop at all. Both of his hands are... And he's shooting him while both of his hands are in plain view. He's not digging his waistband for a gun. He shoots him while his hands are in plain view. I don't know if that's the bullet. I don't think so. There's the muzzle flare right there. Why did he shoot him? His hands were plain as day up in the air. And the DA no-billed this? The DA just decides that there's not going to be murder charges brought against this cop? They convened a grand jury in secret? Never showed the grand jury the video? The DA gave a cop narrative? Why wasn't this guy charged with murder? His hands are plain as day. You can see them. He's white as a ghost. His arms are white as white can be. You can see the reflection of the light on his hands. Look, it's plain as day. When he gets to his feet, his hands come up. He would have to reach into his waistband for him to want to shoot him. He's already got the gun on him. There's no reason to shoot him. He shoots him with both of his hands up in the air. How is this cop not charged with murder? You can see it plain as day. We already had a grand jury. We already looked into it. The cop's not guilty. Yes, he is. He's guilty of murder. He's guilty of murder. But I'm a son of a bitch. I'm an asshole for calling this dirty pig a dirty fucking pig. But I'm an asshole because this guy's a dirty pig. The DA's a dirty pig. And anybody attached to this that let this pig walk is also a dirty pig. But I'm the bad guy. It's me. I'm bad. Demonetize my video, YouTube. F*** you.
.517 County. 515. .517. Dude, you okay?
No, he's not okay, bro. You shot him in the heart with both of his hands up. He's not okay.
.517 County. Hey, I need an ambulance. Call everybody. I've got a shooting. Hurry up, I need an ambulance. I can't get out of my radio.
Okay, I'll get him out there. Okay, we got it.
Fat piece of shit. There he is in the road, dead. He shot him in the heart. for running away with his hands up. And listen to Iverson. He's about to overheat. He's so fat and out of shape. He's a fat, out of shape pig. And in the police academy, they train him. Be afraid of everybody. Think that guy's gonna shoot you. Think he's gonna shoot you. Think he's gonna shoot you. And since he killed a bunch of people in Iraq and Afghanistan, he believes, of course, that all of us want to shoot him too. No military, no ex-military in our peace officers corps. Do you agree with that? I agree with that. No military in the peace officers corps in the United States of America.
517, I'm on 4125.
36, 525 and 32 are headed that way.
I recommend that you go to the Rusk County Sheriff's Facebook page and that you overwhelm them, that you let the prosecuting attorney know that this cop should be charged with murder. We saw it plain as day. I wish I had something good for you to say to you guys, but the simple truth is that the Supreme Court and the judicial system has been created to screw us over. A secret grand jury? What did the grand jury see? Why is there a secret grand jury? And when a cop maims, injures, or kills somebody, why is the same district attorney's office that works with the cops day in and day out all year long, why are they the ones in charge of whether or not this cop gets charged with murder? But remember, he was a good old boy. He did multiple tours overseas, and then he came back here, and he was a highly decorated officer. That doesn't mean that he's not a murderous piece of shit pig, does it? No, it doesn't. He murdered him. He's a pig. Do me a favor, hit the like button, put down in the comment section JBTPOTVO, go to DeleteLawz.com, get a trifold, invoke your Fifth Amendment right when you talk to these cops. If Randall had invoked his Fifth Amendment right, maybe he still would have got arrested, but he wouldn't have gotten killed. DeleteLawz.com. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.